Hi, I'm Patty Overland, and I'm one of the founding members of Wry Crips, Disabled Women's Readers Theater Group. We started in the summer of 1985 in Judy Smith's house in North Oakland, along with Laura Rifkin and Judy Smith and me, and pretty soon after that Diane Huggs. And that was a long time ago. We put on our first performance for women only in the Women's Building in San Francisco in the spring of 1986. And we've been a group for a long time. We actually had a break there for a while back in 1996. We hadn't done a performance for a while because we lost one of our directors. She stopped being our director, Pandora Carpenter, and so for a while we didn't perform for a while, but then we were approached by a group in Berkeley that wanted us to do a performance, but they thought that some of our material was a little bit salacious. They thought we were, very explicit about sensuality, which, some of us are lesbians, some of us are not, but, we're not ashamed of our sexuality as disabled women. And, we had done, as part of the Fable, the storytelling project, which Laura Rifkin founded back in '09, we had come together to kick off the beginning event for that in 2010, the year of the disabled lesbian, and we did a 25-minute performance for kicking off that those events that Fabled, a storytelling project, did. And so then what happened was my friend Joey Bright approached me like, well, do you want to do this? Because I was saying, I really love to perform. This is something I really love to do, and I would really love to do this and see if there's some interest out there, maybe for some of the younger women that we don't know their material yet. And so Joey said that she would help, she would produce this. Actually, Joey has put out quite an expense in these hard financial times, and it's been really great, to be able to be produced again, and, to get the word out. The thing that strikes me, like it's Tuesday after our Saturday performance, the thing that strikes me is that this is a certain thing happening in a certain part of the world where everybody's like, oh, we've already seen that, whereas no, you haven't seen that, because you don't know everything we did Saturday, and there are all different kinds of disabled people living in the Bay Area, and in fact Berkeley prides itself on being Crip Central, but it's not Crip Central. There's disabled people all over the place, all over the world, all over the U.S., but what we come together to try to do is really working on something, and also to represent underrepresented groups of women, like women that do have a harder time getting their words out, and so they need to be voice interpreted. And we even had to struggle about the issue. We had no money. We had a shoestring, in terms of deaf women, if they wanted to come. And at the last minute, I think a deaf woman had inquired about us. But the only solution we came up for deaf women was to have written copies of our poems if somebody deaf would come. And of course, there were a couple of blind people there that they would listen to our words. But this idea of voice interpreting women, and we are a women-only group, Wry Crips, that are underrepresented, that you don't really understand them right away. And so.
Okay, I'm Penny Hall, and I live in Berkeley, and I was in the first performance of Wry Crips Disabled Women's Theater that happened in March of 1986. We met for about a year before that, people getting together and doing writing and just talking about our lives, and then writing about things, and then we would critique, and we would argue, and we would get into disagreements, and we would then come up with solutions. And it was it was a very fertile, very active time in the disability culture movement. There were small groups getting started, like Axis Dance Troupe, and which is a physically integrated dance troupe, and there were other disability culture things happening as well as Wry Crips, but we just got caught up in this 80s energy that was wonderful opportunity for self-expression and for increasing skills, reclaiming skills, just being involved with other people. As a former theater person who became disabled and couldn't do it anymore, it was a real discovery for me to be able to get back into doing anything remotely theatrical.
Okay, well, we're very encouraged by the people that came to see our performance on Saturday, and we want to represent, the neglected dreams of disabled women. And, we've been around. I'm a veteran, but some of these younger actors are new, and they've got, young, fresh energy. Wonder Woman, played by Vanessa Castro, and She-Ra, Princess of Power, played by Shira Leader. And then me and Leslie have worked together for a very long time, many years, me and Leslie Gordon. And it's the first time working with her attendant, Sarah Watson. And I've worked creatively with Iris Kreider before, different projects. And, some of our history does get a little spotty with, when we stopped in 96, when Pandora Carpenter quit as the director, and there was a gap until we started in the fall of 2001, right after the New York catastrophe. We started to meet, to work on a new project right after that had happened. And this is what we do. This is about our lives. This is like reality TV, but you're not going to see it on reality TV. So.
I am the voice of ancient callings, and the voice of all good tidings.